Hi, Seema.
Hi Sanjeev.
I see. I just wanted to have a chat with you, Seema. It's for long means now. Recently, and even in the past, I had many meetings and some kind of conversation with many leaders and some founders and some managers as well. It could be from any different field.
Hmm.
And the one common topic we always discuss was delegation.
अच्छा.
And there was always a dilemma that when to do delegation,
Hmm.
how to do delegations, and is it really hard? Means, they say delegation sounds simple, but
Hmm.
they find it difficult.
Hmm.
So, and today just wanted to explore why letting go feels so uncomfortable and how leaders can make delegations work without fear, frustration, and burnout. Any suggestion or advice
Hmm.
on this, Seema, from your end?
Sure, Sanjeev. आजकल I think delegation has become a very important discussion that everybody has to practice, because if you don't delegate, then you feel burnt out,
Okay.
irrespective of your professional life or your personal life at home. Also, I see a lot of women suffering because of not delegating. So
Mm-hmm.
delegation feels difficult because it's not about just work, it's about
Mm-hmm.
an identity. Okay, for
Okay.
example, you
Mm-hmm.
think of it like teaching someone else to
Mm-hmm.
drive your own car. Teaching someone else to drive your own car. You
Mm-hmm.
know every sound, every turn, every shortcut, but you sitting in a passenger seat feels very unsafe, even if the driver is capable of doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and the
Mm-hmm.
founders or the leaders, they feel the
Mm-hmm.
same way about their business. So the
Mm-hmm.
fear is not about they can't do it. The fear
Mm-hmm.
is, what if they don't do it in my way?
Okay. I got it. Means no.
What in case
Uh,
you don't do it in my way? For example, तुम अगर खाना बनाना ही ले लो, it's a
mm-hmm.
personal experience. You
Mm-hmm.
may be cooking very well, or very differently than what your wife is cooking, or maybe somebody else. Okay, तो
Mm-hmm.
जनरली आप डेलीकेट करना नहीं चाहते हो किसी को कुकिंग, क्योंकि तुमको एक माइंडसेट है, तुम्हारा एक आइडेंटिटी है कि चावल की खीर संजीव ही अच्छा बना सकता है।
Mm-hmm.
योर वाइफ विल नॉट बी एबल टू डू इट, क्योंकि तुम्हारा आइडेंटिटी है। ये नहीं कि तुम्हारी वाइफ नहीं कर सकती है चावल का खीर, बट तुम्हारा जो करने का तरीका है या
Mm-hmm.
तुम्हारा जो प्रोपोर्शंस मिक्स करने का तरीका है, दैट इटसेल्फ
Mm-hmm.
इज डिफरेंट। सो हमेशा वो फियर आपको लगता है कि अगर मैं डेलीगेट करूंगा कि वो टेस्ट आएगा, क्या वो वाला प्रेजेंटिंग होगा, वो वाला शक्कर
Mm-hmm.
मिला हुआ, किशमिश मिला हुआ, ड्राई फ्रूट मिला हुआ, ये सभी माइंडसेट के कारण और उसका एक
Mm-hmm.
आइडेंटिटी के होने के कारण many of the founders find it very difficult to delegate. That's a problem.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, valid point, Seema. Just in continuation with that, means
Mm,
most of the leaders also say that I do delegate,
mm,
and
mm,
but the follow through is weak.
mm,
So, any idea why does this happen, or
mm.
तुम्हारा क्या experience है इस पे?
Okay. So delegation fails not because people are careless, but
Mm-hmm.
it fails because the instructions are unclear. The instructions
Okay.
that we give is always unclear. या तो फिर हम लोग क्या करते हैं, instructions ऐसा देते हैं, we give one two lines of instruction, and the
Mm-hmm.
third fourth we assume the person knows how to do it. ऐसा नहीं होता है. And
Mm-hmm.
you have to delegate, you'll have to give a proper information about how the delegation to happen. जैसे आपने एक in one of the episode you had given me a leadership thought about GPS, how the GPS
हाँ
gives
हाँ हाँ.
the important direction for a driver. So delegation
Correct.
without the clarity leads to disappointment. So clear
Mm-hmm.
expectation होना बहुत जरूरी है. When there are clear expectation, then there is no fear of there is no need of to follow off. मुझे ऐसा लगता है.
हाँ सही है. So there are. Okay, let me ask you another question on this, Seema.
Please go ahead.
So there are two ways to look into it. One is that does delegation automatically mean loss of control? मतलब बहुत लोगों को ऐसा फील होता है कि अगर हम डेलीगेट करेंगे तो मेरा कंट्रोल जो है सो पर्टिकुलर प्रोजेक्ट से या उस काम से या उस जो भी है,
Mm,
आई विल लूज द कंट्रोल एंड somebody will take some other person will take away the name, and it will not be mine. तो
ओके,
कुछ
तो
हाँ,
इसका एक छोटा सा एग्जांपल दूंगी. व्हेन यू लाइक टीचिंग अ चाइल्ड राइड अ बाइसाइकिल. सो
हम्म,
व्हेन यू आर टीचिंग अ चाइल्ड टू राइड अ बाइसाइकिल, यू स्टार्ट
हम्म,
होल्डिंग द सीट. जैसे
हम्म,
योर चाइल्ड इज राइडिंग, you hold the seat, and over a
हम्म,
period of time you start loosening your grip
हम्म,
without letting go completely. थोड़ा थोड़ा पकड़ोगे, फिर छोड़ोगे, फिर पकड़ोगे, फिर छोड़ोगे, अंडरस्टैंडिंग कि वो साइकिल कहाँ चला रहा है, किधर चला रहे. सो
हम्म,
डेलीगेशन एग्जैक्टली वाज द सेम वे. लाइक यू स्टार्ट विद
हम्म,
गाइडेंस, यू ऑफर द सपोर्ट, एंड ग्रेजुअली यू स्टेप बैक.
हम्म,
तो इससे क्या होगा, जो करने वाला है, जो एनीबडी हु इज वर्किंग ऑन द प्रोजेक्ट और एनीबडी हु इज वर्किंग ऑन दैट
हम्म,
इशू, दे डेफिनेटली फील दैट यू हैव बीन गाइडेड, you have been
हम्म,
supported, and then
हम्म,
gradually they become the master of it.
हम्म,
So there is control is
हम्म,
reduced intentionally, but it's not
हम्म,
completely abandoned. सो
ओके
abundance
तो
नहीं है उधर. सो धीरे धीरे, जैसे
हाँ,
साइकिल चलाना इज लाइक हाउ यू टीच. मैंने आप मेरे को लगता है कि आपने सिखाया होगा अपने बेटे को कैसे साइकिल चलाते हैं. सो इट्स जस्ट लाइक दैट. सो यू डू इट विद गाइडेंस, सपोर्ट, एंड देन ग्रेजुअली स्टेप बैक. तो यहाँ
इस
पे
क्वेश्चन में थोड़ा ट्विस्ट है, हाँ हाँ, नहीं नहीं, ये राइट है.
सो देर इज नो लॉस ऑफ कंट्रोल. ग्रेजुअली एक आप स्टेप बैक इसलिए कर रहे हो कि दैट यू कैन लुक एट समथिंग एल्स.
Let me rephrase this in another way.
ओके.
अगर see, so if I ask you, what is the difference between delegating a task and delegating ownership? मतलब तो इसमें कैसे differentiate करेंगे, and what are the difference actually?
Okay, very good question, Sanjeev. So, delegating task is like asking someone to cook using your recipe.
Mm-hmm.
And delegating ownership is like saying, create the meal, I trust your judgment.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay, asking someone to cook using your own recipe, and ownership is liking somebody telling, आप खाना बनाओ, I trust your judgment. So, when
Mm-hmm.
teams only execute task,
Mm-hmm.
and teams only execute tasks, what happens is leader stays as overloaded. They get overloaded because the team is only executing the task जो बोला गया है. Do this,
Mm-hmm.
send mail this, mail that, etc. So they are
Correct.
staying overloaded. But when teams owns the outcome, like okay, I send this mail, I follow up, I get the reply, I will close it, and I will close the escalation. Then leaders
Mm-hmm.
start getting the space to think and lead. So there is a difference between delegating a task and owning the delegation. That's the
Okay.
difference.
No, very good analogy, Seema. Thank you very much. But let me ask you the final question actually.
Okay, no, go ahead, go ahead. Hmm.
Yeah. So in real world,
Hmm.
how actually this delegation actually work? Means, हम लोग बात तो बहुत करते हैं, but
Hmm.
how does it we delegate and actually it works actually and make it successful?
Okay. So again, मैं वही पे आऊंगी कि सक्सेसफुल डेलीगेशन रेस्ट ऑन थ्री थिंग्स. वन इज द क्लैरिटी. बहुत जरूरी
Mm-hmm.
है यू टू गिव द क्लैरिटी टू whoever you are delegating. Second is
Mm-hmm.
the support. Of course, everybody will not be exactly like you, but yes, they will look at the support, whatever support you have to give. And then third is you have to build that trust. The moment you
Mm-hmm.
delegate, you have to build the trust. So, for
Mm-hmm.
example, अभी मैं बोलती हूँ, मेरा एक एग्जांपल बोलती हूँ. I
Mm-hmm.
used to do everything myself. Like, I used to go and buy groceries. I used to go and buy vegetables by myself. And
Mm-hmm.
I never trusted my husband to get to vegetables. मुझे ऐसा लगता था कि my husband will get this vegetable from a supermarket. He will not check the quality. He will not check the cost. Nothing. So
Mm-hmm.
always had that trust factor, and never delegated. तो इससे क्या होता था? I used to get overloaded. And then
Mm-hmm.
I started telling him, you'll have to look at this way. Whenever you buy vegetables, look at the date, look at the rate, understand what the rate is there in the supermarket versus the local vendor, what they are, how they are selling. So I started getting that clarity to him, and then what happened is when I started explaining him and then supporting him along this journey of buying vegetables and groceries, I think मेरा काम थोड़ा सा कम हो गया. And
Mm-hmm.
again, the example of a child riding a bicycle. अगेन वहां पे भी जैसे देखो, आप सपोर्ट कर रहे हो, क्लैरिटी दे रहे हो, फिर उसके बाद ट्रस्ट भी बिल्ड कर रहे हो कि अगर तुम गिर जाओगे तो आई एम देयर टू होल्ड द साइकिल. तो
Mm-hmm.
दिस इज इम्पोर्टेंट फ्रेमवर्क. clarity,
mm,
support, and trust. And
mm,
delegation is not, it's one moment, it's a process of
mm,
gradual confidence that you build within the department.
mm.
Okay.
Good.
So
Thank Yeah.
that's it. So delegation is not about giving away work, कि काम दे दिया.
Uh-huh.
It's about building a team that can think, that can
Uh-huh.
resolve, solve, and even
Uh-huh.
deliver. So this is a topic is very close to my heart. So good that you asked me this topic, Sanjeev.
Thank you. Thank you, Seema. Thank you very much for joining us on this topic. And now let me invite other people as well. If they want to join us on Soch and Samwaad, please do mail us soch or samwaad@gmail.com. And we will certainly discuss any of your topic
Sure.
and of your choice. And thank you, Seema, again for joining us. And until next conversation, bye bye.
Thank
Dhanyavad.
you. Thank you. Bye bye.